Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Yogesh. Here, just want to represent the topic of the Zener diode. Now, before going to the deep knowledge of the Zener diode, let's have the brief idea about its history. Means who have make the invention of the Zener diodes. The Zener diode is just invented by the Clarence Melvin Zener. So basically the name of the Zener, surname is a Zener. So the name is for the diode is name is given the Zener diode. So Clarence Melvin Zener was the first person to describe the electrical properties of the Zener diode. Clarence Zener was a theoretical physicist, that is a physicist who worked at the Bell Lab. The Zener diode named after him, the first pursued the breakdown voltage that bears the name in the paper that was published in 1934. Now, what is the Zener diode? Zener diode, it just you can say is a basically like a ordinary p-n junction diode, but normally operate in a reverse bias condition. We know what is the p-n junction diode. When we have the p-type semiconductor material and another is the n-type semiconductor material. Definitely we have to, by the process of the diffusion, we can make the p-n junction diode. Right? It can operate in the forward bias as well as the reverse bias condition. So Zener diode is also simple, you can say the p-n junction diode, but it is heavily topped, or if you say ki it is operated in the reverse bias same as the p-n junction diode, it is not, because we can say the ordinary p-n junction diode connected in reverse bias condition, not used as the Zener diode practically. Means actually we can say Zener diode is almost same as the p-n junction diode, but it is not practically used as the p-n junction diode when it is connected in the reverse bias, because Zener diode is especially designed highly doped to p-n junction diode. P-n junction diode is also doped, but in case of the Zener diode, it is a highly doped rather than the p-n junction diode. So here is a symbol of diode, means Zener diode. If take the P as it is similar to the normal p-n junction diode, in the normal p-n junction diode this N is a straight line, is acting as a cathode, but in this Zener diode this P is the same triangular as the normal p-n junction diode, but this is just like a form of the Z. That's why his name is given the Zener diode. It is the actual Zener diode that is purchased from the market, right? Now let's have to discuss about the Zener diode circuit. This is the circuit diagram for a Zener diode. We know that Zener diode is always work in the reverse bias. So make it the reverse bias for its p-type material is connected to the negative terminal of battery. Here you can see, and n-type material is connected to the positive terminal battery. Here you can see. So this is the circuit diagram for the Zener diode, and it is also having the very thin depletion layer. So here is some working of the Zener diode concept. Let's say one by one. The Zener diode is made of the heavily doped semiconductor material. As I already told you, instead of taking the normal p-n junction diode, Zener diode is a more than heavily doped rather than the normal p-n junction semiconductor diode. And second point about this working is this heavily doped means the high level impurities. Doping means what? If you say the doping word, it comes from when we are getting the semiconductor in the natural form, its conductivity is very low. To increase its conductivity, we have to do the doping. So doping is a process in which some impurities are added to this normal pure form of semiconductors. So its conductivity will get increased. So it is more conductive. And this depletion layer of Zener diode is very thin because of the impurities are heavily doped. So here you can see the very thin depletion layer, or reason because we have to add the lot of number of impurities, means heavily doped of Zener diode. So this depletion region is very less as compared to the normal p-n junction diode. Now another part of this Zener diode working, when the reverse bias applied across the diode and the supply voltage is not equal to the Zener voltage, then it start not conducting. Means if you take the circuit in which we have to apply the power supply of V voltage, and another diode, that is a Zener diode, is connected across in this loop. So if both voltage is not equal, then it will not start conducting, means Zener diode will not start conducting. So here is the figure, you can see here is the voltage, that is a reverse bias voltage we are applying across the diode. So if this voltage is not equal to the Zener voltage, so no current will flow across this diode. In other form, when the reverse voltage applied across the diode and the supply voltage is equal, then it start working, means current will flow, just like in the circuit. Current flow because Zener voltage equal to the supply voltage, means these two voltages are get equal, then we will get the output current across this Zener voltage. Now let's look have about the characteristics of the Zener diode. Means we have to make a plot a graph in between the voltage and the current. When we apply the voltage across the diode, then what will the characteristics, what is the graph we are getting by a current that is flowing across the diode. So normally we can say it is a VI characteristics of the Zener diode. Let's have a look like a graph. Now here you can see the two graph. One, here you can see this graph when we apply the forward voltage across diode, and we will get the forward current across the diode, Zener diode. So when we apply this voltage, means we will apply the Zener diode is working as a forward bias, then it will give the normal property just like a normal conventional PN junction diode. Means this graph is just very equivalent to the normal PN junction diode, because at that time Zener diode is working as a PN junction diode. So this graph is, as we know in the last previous slide, up to the 0.3 or 0.7, depending upon the we are taking the Zener, or means we are taking just like silicon or germanium. On that basis, the this sharp current will get into the picture. If you are taking the germanium, then after 0.3 voltage we will get the this amount of current. If we are taking the silicon semiconductor, then after 0.7 voltage we will get the sharp amount of this current. So this is about your forward bias condition. Now here we are getting the reverse bias voltage, and this reverse bias voltage is nothing but when we apply the Zener diode as a reverse bias. So here we can say, but in the reverse bias we are getting the very large amount of current after a certain point, means from 0 point and up to the very large value of voltage we are not getting any amount of current, it is almost zero current, but suddenly a point came into the picture, from that we get a large amount of current. This is called the breakdown point, and this is called the breakdown point. And in this fashion we are getting two type of breakdown, that is called the breakdown mechanism. One is the Zener, one is the avalanche. Zener breakdown mechanism is generally simple, as we understand that all the charge carriers are lying in the valence band. After getting the sufficient amount of energy, these charge carriers will get the energy and move towards the conduction band after breaking the covalent bond. This is nothing but, you can see, the Zener breakdown. In this there are very less chances to damage the PN junction diode, right? The diode, if we increase some more voltage, definitely the charge carriers move towards the outermost circuit. This outermost while moving this outermost orbit, they will collide with each other as well as the crystal atoms, right? Due to this collision, a lot of heat is produced, and due to the sometime excessive heat, they burn out the junction. At this time we will get the breakdown point and we will get the large amount of current that here you can see. So we have to avoid that to get it the come to the picture. Now let's look the equivalent circuit and the ideal Zener diode and actual Zener diode. What will the difference between the ideal and the practical or actual Zener diode circuit diagram and then behavior. Let's first the ideal Zener diode. In the ideal Zener diode, in this, if we are taking any circuit, any component, if we are using the word ideal, then definitely the resistance of that particular thing is collapse. It is out of the scene, out of the picture. So in this, you also we can say the case of the ideal Zener diode, the resistance of the Zener diode is neglected. The Zener diode in the breakdown region ideally behaves like a battery, means we can replace such Zener diode is equivalent to a battery. So let's have a look the equivalent circuit diagram. Here is the equivalent circuit diagram. Now this is the symbol of the Zener diode. This is the P, this is the N, is just equivalent to the S, and it is a equivalent circuit having only the one replaced by a battery. The battery voltage, you can say the Zener voltage. So in this circuit we can say the ideal Zener diode can be replaced by the voltage sources Vz when the Zener diode is operating in the breakdown region. Definitely we are seeing in the previous slide that Zener diode is always work in the reverse bias, and in the case of ideal Zener diode we have to neglect the resistance of the Zener diode. Now after the ideal Zener diode, let's have a look at the actual or practical Zener diode. What is the difference between the actual and the practical Zener diode? So definitely if you are taking the practical way, definitely everywhere resistance come into the picture. If you're taking normal pin junction diode, if you're taking the transistor, if you're taking the FET, you're taking the MOSFET, everywhere, or you can say if you're taking the simple single wire, definitely their resistance come into the picture. This is the practical approach. So let's have a look for this practical or actual Zener diode. Here you can say this shows the Zener diode has some resistance Rz connected in the series with the battery voltage Vz. In the previous slide, just for the ideal diode, Zener diode, just we have to neglect this Rz. So this voltage Vz is only Vz voltage, right? But here we can see in the actual or practical way, we have to just give a Rz in the series with this Zener voltage. So total voltage come across is nothing but this voltage, that is the Vz, that is the Zener voltage, as well as the voltage drop across this series resistor, that is a Zener resistor, means Iz into Rz. Just like this we can say the voltage across the Zener diode will be what is, that is a total voltage is V is equivalent to Vz plus multiplication of Iz into Rz, that is a voltage drop across this. So here we can see the difference between the actual or practical with the that is the ideal diode. There is only V is equal to Vz in the ideal, but in this practical or actual Zener diode, one factor also come into the picture, that is the product of the Iz into Rz, that will add into this voltage. So total voltage across this diode is the Vz plus Iz into Rz. Now here the last is nothing but the application of the. Now the main application of the Zener diode is acting as a voltage regulator. Let's have the circuit diagram for this voltage regulator, that Zener diodes can be used to produce the stabilized voltage output. Let's how. This is the circuit diagram. Here we apply the DC input voltage from the rectifier or some other circuit, and this is the RS, and then one is Zener diode is connected, and then if it is optional load resistance is there or not. So let me discuss some points about this voltage regulator. In this previous slide we have seen the circuit in that the resistor R is connected in series with the Zener diode. So limit the current through the diode. There is a voltage source. Means in every circuit we are just connecting the a resistor that is called the series resistor that will control the overflow current. If current is increasing, that will voltage drop across that. So the fixed value of current will passes through the Zener diode. So Zener R is selected. In that fashion we have to select to limit the maximum current flowing in the circuit, in the Zener diode circuit. And in that fashion we have to get the stabilized voltage output is taken from the across the Zener diode. And if we are not applying any load in the circuit, then load current that is IL will be 0. All the current will pass through the Zener diode only. So in this fashion, if load is connected in the parallel with the Zener diode, so the voltage across RL is always same as the Zener voltage. Means we can say VR is equal to VZ. And next point is the Zener voltage regulates consist of a current limiting resistor RS. Already I told you that will be acting as a series with the input voltage Vs, right? We are applying the input voltage Vs, and that RS is connected in the series with that voltage, input voltage, with the Zener diode connected in the parallel with the load resistance. As already told you that if load is connected across the parallel with the Zener diode, so we will get the same output voltage, that is VR is equal to VZ. All this in the reverse bias condition.